What's up, guys? Back again with another UFC video, and today I'm going to be talking about the UFC 211 card, MIOCIC versus Dos Santos 2, where I'm going to be giving you guys my picks and predictions on the FX prelims. So let's go ahead and get started here, guys. So if you guys haven't heard, they moved around the card a little bit. Jocko and David Branch were supposed to be on the FX prelims, but Cejudo got hurt with a hand injury or something like that, and he's off the main card, so they had to bump up that fight. So I'm gonna break down that fight later on a separate video, obviously when I do the main card picks. So be on the lookout for that. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and get started here with these 4 fights. I've already talked about the Gordon and Quinones fight, so I'm only gonna talk about the Skelly fight, the Alvarez fight, and the Reyes fight here. So let's go ahead and get started here, guys. So first fight on the FX prelims, we got Marco Polo Reyes versus James Vick. Two good boxers. Obviously, you know, Reyes here being the Mexican fighter, has really good boxing, good power in his hands. And James Vick, I think he has a Golden Gloves champion a while back or something like that. Let's go ahead and check out his page here just to make sure. But pretty much we got two guys, you know, that are good boxers. Vic has more reach, and he's taller and longer and whatnot. And he also has a great submission game. And you know, in his last fight, he looked pretty well rounded. But let's go ahead and just open up their pages here. So for James Vick here, he's a 10-1 record, 30 years old. Like I said, he's pretty damn tall, 6'3", so he's pretty fucking huge for the weight class as far as height. 76-inch reach, and there's right there, cardio, boxing skills. His last fight against Trujillo, you know, put some strikes on his ass. You know, he was beating him up on the feet. Trujillo had problems closing the distance, and in the end he was able to get that 3rd round submission. Obviously before that he got knocked out by Dariush, but Dariush is obviously a lot more higher level. About what he thinks about Polo Reyes, though, he says that he's a good quality opponent, but he is a one-dimensional boxer, a good power punching Mexican boxer, but coming from a boxing background in Texas, I have faced his opponent many times and whatnot. So yeah, this guy's pretty much saying that he's fought Polo, like a style of Polo Reyes's before, since he comes kind of from that background. Anyways, here it is right here. Blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and 2-time Golden Gloves champion in the open division. So like I'm saying, this guy obviously has some good boxing. But now we got Polo Reyes here. So this guy has 8-3 record. He's all about the striking. 5'11", 71-inch reach. So he's going to be at a 5-inch reach disadvantage. Hasn't lost at all in the UFC yet. He had 2 KO victories. Both those fights are... well, the Cesar fight was a really quick fight, but the third fight, I mean the fight with Don Hyun Kim here, that was a very entertaining fight. You know, that was pretty much a war right there. And his last fight against Jason Novelli, pretty much, you know, outstruck him, pretty much, you know, stalked him down, landed some shots, and ended up winning by split decision. So this guy's a finisher. 6 wins by KO, 1 by submission. Has finished all wins. I forgot to write down the last fight, I guess. So yeah, like I said, you know, it's pretty much a boxer with good punching power versus another boxer who is a little bit more, I want to say, a little more technical, a little more well-rounded, and has a submission game. James Vick has excellent submissions, guys. I like James Vick, but you know, I got to go for the underdog on this one, guys. I just really like his price on DraftKings. James Vick on DraftKings is the most expensive fighter. So that's, you know, that's fucking overpriced. I'm not going to pick James Vick, especially when I think Reyes here has a chance to land a good shot on James Vick. You know, Reyes isn't like Trujillo, you know. He's not gonna be, you know, he's not gonna have too much problems closing the distance on Vick because, you know, he has good boxing himself. So I think Reyes here, you know, could get the finish here, guys. James Vick did get killed by Dariush, so obviously that's an issue there. It wasn't that long ago. If Reyes stalks him down, lands some good shots, he could hurt him, and he could get that finish. Now I'm picking Reyes purely for his value, but I do think he is gonna, or he does have a good chance to win the fight. I mean, they got James Vick at like plus 400 or never mind, minus 355. They got Reyes at like plus 400 or something like that. So yeah, I think the odds are a little bit, you know, a little bit weird there. I mean, James Vick is a lot more well-rounded, but his wrestling isn't that good. As you can see, there's takedown average and accuracy and whatnot. Reyes seems to struggle with guys that would probably more than likely like take him down. But if it stays on the feet, I give Reyes a good chance, guys. So I like Reyes here. I think he get it done, and I'm picking Reyes to win by I'm go ahead and just say second round knockout. All right, now for the next fight. I already went over this fight, guys. Like I said in the Fight Pass prelims video, so you guys can check that out on that video. All right, so on this fight we got Skelly versus Jason Knight. Pretty good fight here. Two guys that have good submission skills. Both of them can wrestle, but it's gonna come down to the striking, and I think Jason Knight, guys, is the better striker. He also has way more output, pretty much double this guy's output. Both these guys are really good on the ground, though. You know, excellent submission finishes from both sides. I would give the edge to Skelly as far as the wrestling goes. He is the better wrestler, I would say. But Jason Knight is, I want to say, the better jiu-jitsu guy. You know, he has way more aggression in his jiu-jitsu. He's very aggressive. Once he has you on the ground, he immediately goes to try to get a choke on you. So this guy's pretty dangerous on the ground. Both these guys are durable. Jason Knight, you know, he's pretty fucking durable, and he just keeps coming forward and whatnot. That's what I like about Jason Knight, guys. He has a really good, like, ongoing aggression type of style. So that's kind of the reason I'm picking Jason Knight, guys. He's a fun fighter to watch. He's aggressive, always moving forward, looking to do damage, looking to get takedowns, looking to strike. Pretty much just wants to come at you and get the job done. From Skelly, this guy, it seems like this guy really just kind of depends more on his wrestling and his stand-up. Like I said, I don't think it's as solid. I would say he probably does have more power, but you know, this fight's pretty almost evenly matched. But I'm just giving the edge to Jason Knight here because I like his style. He's gonna be more aggressive, and he's dangerous on the ground also if Skelly wants to take it to the ground. So you know, it's gonna be a hard fight for Skelly. So I'm going to take Jason Knight to get the win here. He could get a finish on the ground, but you know, Skelly's very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say Knight wins by decision, guys. Alright, now for the featured fight on the FX prelims, we got Eddie Alvarez versus Dustin Poirier. Obviously, Eddie Alvarez being the former champion here. Last fight, obviously, he got knocked out by Conor McGregor. Let's go ahead and get started over here. Okay, so here we go. So, yeah, so you can see against McGregor, he didn't do much at all. I mean, yeah, it's not really... Can't really go off too much on that. I'm just checking out his page here, guys. But yeah, didn't do much at all against McGregor. Dustin Poirier, though, this guy, he looked pretty good in his last fight against Jim Miller. Did some damage. As you can see, he got takedowns on him. Poirier is getting more and more well-rounded. Obviously, we already knew this guy had good striking, good submission skills. But now, as you can see, he's showcasing some of his wrestling also. The only downside of Poirier is this guy's chin sometimes doesn't hold up in fights. Even in the Jim Miller fight, he got caught. I don't think he got knocked down, but you could tell he got hurt with a strike. So, I mean, Miller's not obviously a power puncher type of guy, but obviously he was able to hurt him. Alvarez does have some power in his hands if he's able to connect clean. So, there's always a chance Alvarez could get the KO win here. As far as the wrestling, obviously Alvarez would have the wrestling advantage here. But I think it's going to be hard to implement that type of game plan against Dustin Poirier, a guy here that's improving his wrestling. Plus, he does have some submission skills also that he could maybe threaten with. So, more than likely, I see this fight staying on the feet. And on the feet, guys, I mean, come on. We got Alvarez, who just got knocked out, against Poirier, who's looking pretty good, besides that loss to Michael Johnson. So, on the feet, I think Poirier is the sharper striker, a lot more cleaner. All he has to do is just tighten up that defense a little bit more. You guys know what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, I really like Dustin Poirier here. I think he's the better striker. But punching power, both of these guys are, I would say, almost about the same. Also, Poirier has that reach advantage. Like I said, he has some decent takedown defense. Also has takedowns of his own. Has the submission skills to maybe threaten him with. So yeah, guys, I really like Dustin Poirier. Now I am kind of counting out Eddie Alvarez here because he did get KO'd by McGregor, and he looked pretty bad. But I mean, look at the odds here. I think Poirier was the underdog, and now he's the favorite. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people are going to be counting out Eddie Alvarez, so we're just going to have to see how this fight goes. But I think Poirier here is a solid pick, and you know, could get the finish. So I think this fight's gonna be a high-paced fight. Both these guys are gonna come in hungry. Obviously, Alvarez wants to, you know, come back from that loss, wants to get a win, and Poirier is, you know, trying to get to that top rankings here. If he beats Alvarez, obviously he's gonna be top 5 here. So yeah, both these guys coming in hungry. It's gonna be a close fight. It's gonna be a high-paced fight. But I think Poirier gets it done, guys. So I'm gonna pick Dustin Poirier here, and I think he's gonna get a second round KO. All right, guys. So that's it for my picks here on the FX prelims. To recap, I'm picking Polo Reyes to win this fight by by a second round knockout. I'm picking Jason Knight by decision, and Dustin Poirier second round knockout. Like I said, guys, the Gordon fight, you guys can watch if you guys want to know my thoughts about this fight, check out the Fight Pass prelims video on my channel, and you guys can get my pick on there on that fight. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for the picks on the. All right, guys, so you know, subscribe for more videos. I'll do these UFC pick videos on every UFC event. So obviously, if you guys like to watch these type of videos, subscribe for more. And yeah, guys, that's gonna be it. One more thing, check out the links in the description below if you guys want to support my channel, especially if you guys play DraftKings or are into DraftKings or something like that. Got the link right there in the description if you guys want to join DraftKings. If you guys are good with your picks, you know, you guys can make some money on there. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next video.